Hi everyone, and here I am. I'm just about to change my Twinkle's Audition Belgian wit beer, German wit beer, to a secondary fermenter to clean up. I'm going to gelatinise one, but what I just want to say is that we've got a bit of a special episode this time, and we'll pass you straight over to Symes, who's outside. Hi everyone, and welcome to a Homebrew Buffoonery Excursion. So I'm here at the Lancaster Brewery, so I'm going to have a quick tour around and we're going to see what the beers are, and we're going to have a taste of the beers after. Hopefully I'll get some video inside the actual brewery on the tour and show you what happens in a proper brewery, and then we'll have a quick tasting video. There's the boss, she don't want to play on the video, so I'll see you inside. Okay, so we're in the foyer now, just waiting to do the tour, and here are the 4 beers that they're famous for. We've got a blonde there, which is 3.6, 4%, sorry, an amber, which is 3.6, a black, which is like a stout, I think, 4.5, and a red ale, which is 4.8. We've just upgraded the old tour, so now we're going to have several bevies after the tour's done, and we'll find some pickles as well. So I'm quite looking forward to that. And the bloke over here is probably nice, and he says next time we come back, can I have an interview with somebody, which would be amazing. Okay, so I'm here with Chris, and he's the manager of Lancaster Brewery. And if you could just tell us a little bit of your history and how you got here, it'd be great.
So established for over 10 years. We started off in a small brewery with a few little bits of production. Started off with a pale ale, the Lancaster Blondes became our biggest seller basically, and then we introduced amber, the red and the black pretty much at the same time, and then introduced different seasonal ales, quarterly ales and specialty ales. And then we produce a lot more beers here on this new site, which has been here for over 5 years now. It's been absolutely fantastic. The growth of the company has been wonderful, and just concentrate on more beers on the market really.
Okay, so this is the actual brewery, and Chris is just going to quickly explain, going from right to left over this way, what we've got in here.
So the green section is the milling station, and that is where we crush our malt into what we call the grist, and that is a mixture of either pale malt, which we store outside, which is good in the winter because it actually preserves it, and then we utilise different types of malt. So the crystal malt that we use Belgian malts in some brews, we use a dark chocolate malt as well. A mixture of those creates the different beers.
Yeah. Do you have like a major use malt that you use?
Yes. We use a pale malt from a company called Beds down in Grantham. They bring it up for us, and that's the palest malt that we can get on the market. That's why our blonde is so golden. Usually a Marisota that we use, but like I say, we do use different variations of the malt, but that's our base malt basically.
Okay, and moving to the left.
Yeah, we have this vessel just here, which is the mash tun. Not a huge mash tun, but you don't really need a mash.
What sort of volume
is huge
in there?
That big.
Several thousand.
So yeah, we run that through basically, and it's a system that utilises an underback, and then we can flow it through into the copper.
Can you recirculate? Yeah, we
recirculate until we get that sugar extraction. So yeah, we have around about a ton and a half of the malt in there, depending on what size brew we're doing, a mixture of the malts, and that soaks through to release all the sugar.
And then over here, that's where it goes to after the mash tun for the boil.
Around about a 70 brewers barrel in the copper to allow for that boiling space, and we boil down to about 50 brewers barrels.
So after it's come from the mash and from the boil kettles, it comes over to this bad boy over here. So Chris, you'd just like to explain what we've got here.
Yeah, this is the work. This is the Lancaster Blonde that we're brewing at the moment. It's actually transferring, so it's coming widely insulated pipes filled from the bottom. Which creates a wonderful whirlpool of this wonderful stuff that we utilise here. We've added the yeast already, so it's gone straight into the top. We've pitched that yeast, and it'll sit there once it's full. It'll sit there for about 5 to 7 days, depending on the strength of the beer that we're after, or which brew we're actually doing.
And can you explain the whites all around the outside there?
Yeah, white stuff is a little brewer's technique really. We just place that on in about 1 metre depth, and that allows the yeast to stick to the vessel. That yeast will grow. It sticks to the side of the china clay, and basically when we come to clean it off, once we've drawn the beer into cask, we can clean it really efficiently.
Okay, so here's all the Lancaster Brewery brews. That's their own sort of brews that they make, and we've got 4. We've got a Lancaster Blonde, which is this one, and they get progressively darker. A Lancaster Amber, which is this one. A Lancaster Red, and then the Lancaster Black, which is their stout. So you can see professional brewery, so it's going to be clear in it, and it's all going to be perfectly served. But the Lancaster Blonde, this 4%, golden bitter, designed to offer pale beer with real taste and aromatic impact. Initial bitterness is followed by a surprising sweetness with a long dry finish. And it smells quite biscuity. You can smell the malt in it. Let's give it a swig. Oh, it is quite bitter to start with. Well, that tails off quite quickly, and then it is quite sweet and it's quite malty as well. And there's not much of a hoppy kind of flavour to it. It's not pale ale at all. I think most of the flavour there comes from the hops at a bittering stage. That's alright. It's quite light and refreshing. But yeah, let's move on. Next one is a Lancaster Amber, which is 3.6%. It says a deep gold session bitter, punching above its weight in flavour. Abundantly hoppy, with subtle floral and citrus aromas. A classic bitter that is both aromatic and bursting with flavour. Okay, so again, we don't need to look at the appearance to it. It's darker, it's perfectly clear, and it's got a nice head on it. So, professional brewery for you. It's quite light in the aroma actually. There's not much aroma to that at all. Let's have a swig. Yeah, it's a bit more hoppy than the other one. Not as much malt flavour to it. There's a bit of sharpness and citrusy. I'm just trying to figure out the floralness of it. I'm not sure what floral means really. It's quite bitter as well, but it's more citrus. I can't really get the floral on it, but the citrus and the bitterness balance each other quite nicely actually. It's again, that's quite refreshing as well. It's quite light on the palate. A bit more bitter than the blonde, but I think the blonde's got it for me at the minute. The next one is the Lancaster Red, which is 4.8%. So it says a premium strength ruby beer, robust and malt dominated, fired by a spicy but sweet fragrance. An impact beer designed to leave lasting impressions both visually and on the taste buds. So it's obviously a bit darker. Again, there's not much fragrance coming off it. Well, there isn't much fragrance at all on that really. That's quite bitter and quite malty, a bit heavier malty flavour than the blonde. So it's sort of very aromatic in your mouth, and you can the flavour is quite heady. I'm not quite sure what it is. That's like quite a floral kind of flavour to it really. I want to say Parma Violets, but yeah, definitely sort of Parma Violet-y kind of vibe going to it. The bitterness, it's really nicely balanced though. The bitterness doesn't overpower. It stays in your mouth quite a long time, but the flavour of the beer is nicely balanced with that bitterness. And as you should expect, really, there's a lot of work's gone into these beers to get them to the standard that they are, and it's something to aim for in the old homebrew. And so let's move on to the last one. I've already had a swig of this. This is the Lancaster Black, which says it says on the label a dark velvet plush stout. This is 4.5%. Classic traditional stout, and we've just had the tour, but they only use Marisotta and a dark chocolate malt to make this, and it's really clear. This is because it's a commercial brewery. This is really clear, and not at all like I'd expect a stout to be. I'd expect a stout to be a little bit more hazy and a bit more opaque. And when you hold it up to the light, it's quite a pale stout, really. You can see through it, but it's quite brown and it's quite pale compared to my Odinson stout, which is really jet black. But I do quite like this one. It says a classic traditional stout, a complex taste with a rich and full body, crisp with a full bouquet of spices, fruit and floral aromas. Well, I'm not sure stouts are supposed to have fruit in them, but it does smell stouty, but it's only a really light aroma of stout. Let's have a quick swig. Yeah, so again, it's really, really nicely balanced. The bitterness and the flavours are really nicely balanced. I don't get any fruit. I just get that sort of general stouty flavour. It's a bit lighter than my Odinson, but you know, like I say again, it's really nicely balanced. And you could drink a few of those. It's not like a Guinness. It's not really heavy. And you can taste the sort of roasted malts coming in afterwards as well. So that's a really light stout, nowhere near as stouty as a Guinness, and sort of my Odinson sits somewhere halfway in between. The mouthfeel is really quite light on it as well, which is something I wouldn't expect from a stout. Maybe that's the oatmeal I put in my stout. But there's the 4 beers. We've got the blonde, which is blonde. Holds its head well as well. The amber. There's the Lancaster red. It's actually quite red actually. It is nice and red. Not look brown from where I'm sitting, but it's nice and red on the camera. And then there's the stout. You can see the clarity of it. You can see the lights there. And there's the 4 beers for Lancaster Brewery. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I will say that all the beers there were the bitters. They do other beers. They do some a beer a month with a different hop in it and different combinations of hops in it, and they do other hoppy beers that they have on tap. I didn't try any of them today. I just tried the bitters today. But I would say that Lancaster Brewery is well worth a visit. The beers are all really different, all really, really nicely balanced, which I think I might have said once or twice in the video. But you know, it's well worth the trip, and so you know, as always, you can like and you can subscribe, and that there Lancaster Brewery, get it visited.